Hi there. Welcome to Small Business Coffee Break, the video series where we take a few minutes to work on your business, not just in it. Today we ask, is it a corporate entity necessary to run my business? With Lillian Sir of Sir & Associates. Lillian has over 20 years of experience in corporate and real estate law, so grab a cup of coffee and let's get into it. Lily, so I'm opening a business, and the first thing I'd think of is, hey, do I really need to have a company? I mean, is that something that I should do if I'm opening a business?
Alex, that's an excellent question, and that is something that gets people into trouble all the time. It is extremely important for a business owner to open up a corporate entity. And then that takes you to the question, what kind of corporate entity? But before we talk about the different types, the reasons that you should open, the number one reason that you should open up a corporate entity is to shield yourself from liability. And what happens is a corporate entity, whether it's a corporation or an LLC, will protect your personal assets. So let's say that you are opening up a bakery and you make what you think is a delicious bread, but that bread ends up giving someone a terrible allergy and they get sick and they are now going to sue you. You do not want them to sue you personally. You want the corporate entity to take that liability. So that's the number one reason. Another reason for opening up a corporate entity is to create a history for that company, where a bank can look at that history and in the future be able to lend you money to expand your business, buy property, because a corporate entity is almost like its own being. It's a person under the law. And those are the important reasons why.
And it's funny because that own being, that own entity, sometimes when customers are talking to me about it, because I'll have customers who have multiple entities, which creates interesting issues from an insurance perspective. So, and I'll say them, it's like they're brothers. Similar, but not exactly the same.
That's correct. And the larger a company gets, or the larger let's say book of assets that someone has, you're going to have an extensive number of entities. And then typically what happens is you'll have a holding company up top, which will add an extra layer of protection between those siblings, the parent company, and then yourself as an individual. So the bigger your assets become, the more numerous businesses or real estate properties, you sort of want to structure it that way, always with the intention of protecting the individuals up top.
So basically, it's like you're putting people in front of you so that it takes a little bit longer for the process to hit you.
Correct.
As a person. Awesome. If you have any questions you'd like to ask Lillian, I put her contact information in the description below. If you have any questions you'd like me to ask Lillian or any other professional in their field, my information is also in the description. See you next week for another cup of coffee and more questions answered.